Hello and good evening. It is Kitchen Counter Oracle, and I don't know what in the Sam Hill this somebody is going through their emo bag, and I'm gonna need you to detach from me in that process. Cause Lord have mercy. It's a man, it's a woman, it's a woman, it's a man. It's like back and forth, a weeble wobble, and it's like, good not a lot. What in the Sam Hill does this have to do with me? And then it clicked. There's been an Aquarius man in my energy for the last 5 to 7 years. If he's who I think it is, it's just this mofo listens to all my conversations and stuff like that. And what's funny is I was having a phone call with a friend of mine up north a while back. She messaged me the next morning and says, "You know what? I think they tap our phones." And it's like, you know what? You're right. Because not even half an hour before she messaged me saying that, I was having a vision of a really tall black man in the polo shirt and khakis that police like to wear. But the thing is, feds wear that same uniform as well. And what's funny is he was, as in the vision, I had my friend and I were talking on the phone, and he was pulling up a chair with a teacup in his hand, just listening. And it's just like, if this is who I think it is, I swear I don't know who I want to slap harder, him or my counterpart, because he is affiliated with my counterpart. Because right now, like, I don't care if you're like 6'2", to 6'4", my 5'8" behind will find a way to get eye level with you and slap the Mario coins right out of you. The average height of men on my mother's side of the family is like between 6'1" and 6'2", the tallest being 6'5". I can get up there if I want to. And men that size don't scare me either. Because again, I'm used to seeing that. And when you have a grandfather that is strongly German Austrian descent, that's like 6'2", 250 pounds, who is a narcissist in every sense of the word and verbally abusive, like, you can't phase me. Like, if a drill sergeant were to get up in my face, I would not bat an eyelash. Because that drill sergeant isn't going to say anything I haven't heard before. So, you're cute if you think you can phase me. You're just fucking adorable. I know for a fact my counterpart, this energy has been in my energy field. This is like the 5-year mark. Like, this is the 5-year anniversary of a vision I had, like me being betrayed by my own counterpart. And so on down that line. And the thing is, I've been aware of this for 5 years. And the funny thing is when I'm shown stuff like that, I've yet to be proven wrong. But the funny thing is after the betrayal and stuff like that, this Aquarian man always kept tabs on me in some way, shape, or form. He was part of the military group. And so on down that line. I was involuntarily volunteered for something I never consented to, and I made my displeasure known. I made it known. I was divergent. I was defiant. I turned into JL. Unapologetically turned into JL. Like, I turned into the ultimate crash out in that vision. But the thing is, it wasn't just the ultimate crash out, it was a strategic in times of war crash out. It's like, you know what? You are going to inconvenience me in every way possible to see what I do. I will fucking give you something to watch. Because I'm petty like that when I absolutely want to be. And the thing is, my level of petty keeps therapists in business. So when I say you decide how we're going to act, you decide how we're going to act. But I know one thing that led to a shit ton of that shit, the crap show of the vision I got, was my counterpart's mother. She talked him into going a completely different way. And my thing is, she got something out of it, which brings me to this. Judas is always in your camp. You can point the finger all day and night long. Judas is always going to be in your camp. And yes, sometimes it can very well be a parent. For example, my grandfather can name every excuse in the book. He was knowingly a Judas. Saying it was to protect me, my ass. He's just a hater of anybody who gets to live the life they want to live. And he doesn't like folks that have more money and have more power. And I was destined to not just surpass him, but dramatically surpass him. But the funny thing is he never counted on me just go like saying, fuck this shit. I can't be around you anymore. Yeah, we've been no contact for 5 years now. And you know what? I'm perfectly fine. Judas was paid 30 pieces of silver to portray Jesus, right? We all know that Judas just couldn't live with the guilt and stuff like that, blah, 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 right? He ended up hanging himself. But 9 times out of 10, if you have a Judas in your family, they have been paid in some way, shape, or form to do what they did. In addition to Jezebel, the spirit of Judas is being outed like never before. When I say things cannot be hidden in the age of Aquarius, things really and truly cannot be hidden in the age of Aquarius. And the one thing I will say is money acquired through ill-begotten means, believe me when I say you are not going to be, it's going to be like sand through your fingertips. And I think what's got me cackling over here is the fact that people think that I did spell work on their money. It's like, no, that's karma in full swing, baby girl. That's karma in full swing. Because when I say I don't care if you lose 10 to 20 times what you acquired off of putting a knife in my back, the reason it's falling through your hands like sand is because hurting me was unnecessary. Betraying me, put a knife in my back, that was unnecessary. And the funny thing is the devil can bless you too. But the thing is, those blessings are painfully temporary. You don't get to keep it long term. It's a short term thing. But it's genuinely wild to blame me for something you chose to do. But the thing is, you didn't just do it to hurt me. You do it to hurt somebody else that was destined to deal with me. Somebody here was a Judas to their own relative. Could be a son, brother, sister, cousin, niece, nephew, mom, dad, grandparent. Mama sold out her only son for $2 million. But the funny thing is she has really bad spending habits, and as a result, a lot of debt. Mm-hmm. But the funny thing is she blames me, saying I am doing witchcraft on them. Now the funny thing is I have not done a thing. I have never met this woman, which is really wild to me, but at the same time, I just find it a coinkydink that she knows all about me, yet I've never met her in the physical. And what's funny is the redhead, I saw her too in the visions I had 5 years ago. What's funny is it had been probably 3 to 5 years since my counterpart and I last spoke in the vision, not in real life, but the vision I had. I just happened to be in a cafe and I'm watching the news as I'm having my coffee. My counterpart and the woman he knocked up were on the screen announcing the birth of their son. And the funny thing is he had promised to come back to me and not go anywhere else. Which is just like, of course. But the thing is, he was doing a lot of like big stuff for the military and stuff like that. So everybody was expecting me to view him as a hero. And it's just like, I can't. Like, I can't look at him the same anymore. Type deal. See, the funny thing about people who have a little bit of a knight in shining armor complex is they will sacrifice the true love of their life to be seen as a hero. But it never fully connects how the person that loved them now views them after that part. But the thing is, when people are just beating you at the brow, gaslighting you and stuff like that, how dare you, he's done this, he's done that, womp womp womp, right? They're not taking your emotions into context, like how things are looking from your perspective, because in order for them to do that, that requires them to leave their bubble of safety. Because deep down, these people know the treachery. They know the cost of betrayal, but they don't want to admit it because they benefit from the betrayal. Judas's wealth temporarily increased when he betrayed Jesus. But that was short-lived. The guilt set in. By the time the guilt sets in, it's too little too late. The damage is done. Judas was stuck with money he couldn't give back. And the funny thing is, it didn't erase what he had done. Because what he had done was very permanent. And as I said, Judas is always going to be inside your camp, never outside of it. Because that's like saying I'm the Judas in my counterpart's camp, but it's like I was never allowed inside the camp. So how can it be me? How can I be Judas when I've never been allowed inside the camp? Think about it. Judas is always going to be in your camp. And the funny thing is I also resonate a lot with Samson, because Delilah is desperate. Now, Delilah in this case can either be a man or a woman. They want to know what protects me. They want to know how my gifts work. This little science group. This science group heavily involves the spirit of Delilah. The feminine counterpart of the divine counterparts, like the divine feminine and stuff like that, that is Samson in this case. The little scientists and whatnot, that's the spirit of Delilah. Because divine masculine is dealing with Judas, the feminine is dealing with the spirit of Delilah, as well as Jezebel. And in some cases with the masculine, they could have Jezebel and Judas. And in one particular case, somebody, either Jezebel and Judas have gotten married, or somebody has Jezebel and Judas for parents. If you catch my drift. All I know is, for those who are under observation like I am, stand your ground. Don't tell them shit. Let them choke. A lot of them are in the process of making a shit ton of mistakes, so don't interrupt. They're tripping over their own 2 feet out of desperation, because like I keep seeing like a nuclear type bomb go off, so there's really no telling. Either they had a limit, or something is about to happen that's just going to gridlock the whole thing, send everything to a screeching halt. Like everybody's just going to start running, taking cover, preparing to take care of themselves and survival. They're going to be focused on surviving. My God. But yeah. But what's messed up is I keep seeing Judas hanging from the tree. So either the Judas has taken themselves out, or they're about to see themselves out. Metaphorically speaking, not saying they're going to actually, unless this is the one person that I know to embody Delilah, Jezebel, and Judas all into one package. Ugh, I can't be bothered with her. Anyway, y'all have a good night.